We want to look at some mobility work to address especially the bottom position of a squat. We're going to go through a movement called a squat to stand. So it's going to work on hip mobility and hamstring mobility, kind of work on that very bottom end of the squat position. So what we're going to do is we're going to take whatever your normal squat stance is going to be and then widen out maybe just a little bit. When I go down, I'm going to grab right at my toes with both hands. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to grab. Now what I'm going to do is I'm pulling up into my toes a little bit and kind of using that counter force and dropping my hips, bringing my chest up as high as I can. If you look at my triceps, they're right on the inside of my knees. So what I'm doing is as I pull my hips down, I'm using my arms to kind of drive the knees out and open up the hips and open up the groin into that bottom position on the squat. Now stay there just for a second, and then I'm going to drive up. I'm keeping my hands right where they are. I'm going to drive my hips up and push my hamstrings straight. Now my lower back is not perfectly flat, but in this position, all I'm trying to do is stretch the hamstring. I'm not loading the spine with a barbell. Okay, so I'm going to drive that up and then pull right back down into the next rep. Again, trying to keep my chest up, and I'm driving out this way. You can even do a little bit of PNF on the groin by pushing the knees in and then using the arms to drive them out a little bit wider and push the knees in. If you're really struggling to get the knees open, you can kind of keep applying that, so a little bit of inward pressure and then drive it out. A little inward pressure and drive it out. Keep just driving it until you're all the way down. And then go right back to that hamstring. Ideally, you just want to go back and forth, maybe for somewhere around 10 to 12 reps. Now, if you have a hard time getting into the bottom position, so for example, if you've got really, really long femurs, or if you just don't have great ankle mobility, you might find that when you go to squat down, you kind of get stuck right here. And the hard thing about that is that you'll actually fatigue your thighs instead of being able to spend a lot of time working on the mobility components. So what you can actually do is I've got a couple of 5-pound plates on the floor just to elevate my heels on. One of the tricks that we use with someone's squat is that they struggle to get down into the bottom end of the range, either because of the way they're built or because of a lack of flexibility in the ankle, for example. Elevating the heels is a really easy trick to use to let them get lower. So you can apply that same idea to this. Just get my heels elevated. And then now when I pull down, again, especially if you've got restrictions in your ankles that were stopping you before, now that restriction is a little bit cleared up. Because by raising the heel, we've created some slack in that calf. And then I can drive right back up and go. So again, this is a phenomenal drill to work on the squat. You can use as part of your warm-up. You can use it between sets as you're going through your warm-up sets before you hit your max weight. But give it a try.